TFLW is on. My name is Kerry Murphy. His name is Toby Christie. We call this entire thing the Final Lap Weekly, and we are actually kicking things off with our YouTube segment. So we are on camera in all our glory. You are seeing our faces for radio.
This is amazing.
It is.
This is what it's all about.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff that YouTubers or YouTube watchers like to do. For those that like, yes, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to do all that stuff because it really does help with the liking and the subscribing and the belling. And why is there so much stuff on YouTube? Why can't you just have one thing?
Why do you look like you're in an FBI interrogation office?
Well, I'm actually hiding out from the law, so
okay.
That could be why. I mean, you're blurring everything out, and I'm in a warehouse.
That's true. I mean, with my new sponsors on the website, you never know what could be back there. So we got to blur it out. It's not safe for TV, man.
That's right. And look what happens if I go into the... Oh, that'll just ruin the illusion.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So TobyChristie.com is the place. That is where we get all of these news articles because that's pretty much the epicenter for this stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So we begin
it's the hub.
With something that happened in your neighborhood there. The NextGen NASCAR race cars tested at Texas Motor Speedway this week. As of this recording, we only got some morsels of information, some vague video tweets from the track. And, I mean, really it was, watch these cars go fast and turn it up because they're loud.
Yeah, and these weren't normal NextGen cars. So they were NextGen cars, but they were equipped with the wheel force transducers.
Ooh.
Which are things that collect data from the actual running around the track. So they're not going to perform like a normal NextGen for the drivers that were there. So it's not an advantage to anybody.
I'm still blown away by the vocabulary that you just used.
Yeah.
Man.
So they've got a bunch of sensors and all sorts of things on there which kind of just keep track of the track surface, what the tires do, all sorts of different things. So it's more of a thing to help them build their simulator setup for next year, seeing how the NextGens are so new and haven't ran around the tracks very much. But it seems like, even though we don't have much from this, it was closed to the public, it does seem that something happened, something was amiss with the Toyota car at this thing, whether it crashed, whether it had engine issues or something like that. Something happened. So I know Bob Pockrass was talking about the test with it being Ford, Chevy, and Toyota, and Hamlin says was. Denny Hamlin tweets him and says was with an asterisk.
Was.
And he responded back, I'm not grammar police. I'm speaking in past tense of the TRD car, RIP.
Oh, so, my.
Yeah, apparently, that didn't go very well for Drew Herring. So Herring seems to be okay. The car seems to be okay. Bob Pockrass did follow up. He asked Toyota if the NextGen car crashed, and the response he got was, quote, there was an issue with our car yesterday at testing in Texas, end quote, with no additional details. So, Bob pretty much surmised that means it crashed. I think they crashed. I think you think they crashed at this point.
Why?
So it seems.
Why so quiet about it? I mean, if it crashed, it crashed.
I think they're just nervous that it's going to seem like maybe they're behind now because they didn't get the full advantage of the whole test. But it is what it is. You can't change it, and so lying about whether you crashed or not is not going to change any of that. But yeah, so they did release the video. You get to see the cars going around very loud, which sounds great, but it's a problem because when they go to the turns, they're still just as loud, which means they're not letting off the gas, which means we're essentially making Texas, a track that is not a Daytona or Talladega, perform like a Daytona or Talladega. But aside from that,
all right,
it is what it is. It was a thing. Something happened, but we don't know what, and nobody will talk about it because it was closed to the public.
I can't believe Bob wasn't there, like peeking around a corner or something.
As like a security guard or something?
Right. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I really am. Gender reveals are all the rage, and NASCAR drivers are, of course, not immune to that. So the Loganos have announced a third addition to their family is on the way. Joey and Brittany, of course, being the parents. And they did their gender reveal on YouTube because these days everyone has a YouTube channel.
That's what we're doing right now.
That's right. I've got like 8 or 9 YouTube channels. So their son was doing burnouts with chalk in his tiny number 22 replica Power Wheels car. We had one of those in our family. Not the 22, but it was a blue Mustang. Turns out...
Like a green tractor in the backyard.
Right. No. Turns out the burnout was pink. So I don't know what that means, but congratulations goes out to them.
You don't know what that means. Okay, well, I think that would mean it would be a girl, but yeah.
Okay. At least they didn't burn a forest down or something like most people do.
That's true. I've seen stories. Like,
yeah.
When you're doing a gender reveal, calm down, people.
Right.
It's okay. I've also seen people critically injured by baseball bats and all sorts of stuff when they're swinging and the spouse is too close. And
yeah.
It's just not good business to be doing that kind of stuff. Just say, hey, here's what it is. Done.
Yeah. There you go. So
what's so wrong with opening the envelope and reading it off?
This was actually low key, so that's kind of cool.
I think last time he did the burnout in his own Mustang, didn't he?
Yes. It was a street car though.
Maybe it was a couple of years ago or a couple of times ago. Maybe
a couple kids ago.
Child, but
yeah.
Still, it is what it is. It was fun.
Yeah. We did a bunch of domino checking earlier on in the show. We forgot to mention Eric Jones.
That's true. And, he'd like to come back to the 43 car in 2022. What that means is he probably doesn't have much else lined up.
Right, yeah. Please take me back.
Please let me drive this car one more year.
It's better than nothing. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, basically. If you're clinging to hope to being able to drive the 43 car, not saying anything bad about Richard Petty or anything, but the RPM organization is not as strong as I think he'd hope it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric Jones said, quote, "We've talked about next season, obviously, with everything that has to be in place, but we haven't gotten too deep yet. I want to be in the Cup Series, and they want to continue being there too. With the next-gen car, where I'm at now with Petty, it's a good opportunity to improve our standing," end quote. Now, Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic is saying that obviously the 43 was rumoring to be heading towards Toyota for next year, but they will actually stay in place with Chevrolet, according to Jordan Bianchi.
Okay. And finally, for our YouTube segment, we're going to talk about Jimmie Johnson, the rookie. Yeah, he is a rookie.
Whoa.
In IndyCar. And turns out it looks like he's planning on testing the oval at Homestead Miami Speedway in his said IndyCar next month. He said, quote, "Yeah, we're looking at a Homestead test in August. I've been kind of out of pocket on vacation for the last week or two." I don't know what that means. And need to dive back in, but the last I heard, we're really heading in that direction for late August, end quote. So, okay. I don't know what if out of pocket, he had to pay for his own vacation, or...
Out of pocket usually means you're not available, but...
Okay. Well, or you're paying for it yourself. Does he normally not pay for his vacations?
I don't think that's what he meant with the quote,
okay.
But that would be funny if he's like, damn, I have to pay for this vacation myself.
Right. What happened to all my
NASCAR? Stupid
Carvana? They just keep giving me cars, not vacations.
Here, stay in this for a week.
So could this mean that the IndyCar rookie might be considering a run in the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500 in 2022?
Possibly, very possibly. I've heard lots of rumors about this. It would be cool to see.
Yep.
Especially with the cars being a little safer now with the halo and all that stuff that's going on, or the windscreen, whatever they want to call it. But yeah, it'd be cool to see. It's always fun to see drivers from different disciplines go over and run big races, whether it be like Le Mans or anything. Rolex 24 is fun.
Yeah.
Indy 500, any of that stuff is great. So it'd be fun to see Jimmie run it. I think
now, Homestead used to be kind of a mini Indianapolis, but now they've added a bunch of banking. So
this is true. So things are a little different. It's also not rectangular shaped anymore.
Right.
So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Maybe he got a time machine and he's going back to old school Homestead.
Perhaps he's going to kick that thing up to 88 miles an hour and use it as a time machine.
Could be.
And that's how he'll be able to test it at, Homestead.
Could be. All right, that does it for our YouTube segment. Thank you so much for watching. Join us here each and every week for the latest in NASCAR stuff at youtube.com/thefinallap. Don't forget, if you like what we're doing here, hit the bell, hit subscribe, and hit the like button. All of those things will put smiles on our faces like this. And it'll probably make you happy as well. So
yes.
Join us next week here at youtube.com/thefinallap.